Yeah, I think we work a lot on 2 minute. We've worked feels like every day, and it might be every day we've worked on 2 minute. And look, the margin of error in the NFL is very small, right? And every play matters. And I think today really over the play and the good plays, bad plays, whatever it may be, I just think really came together as a team. You can kind of see us playing as a team, overcoming adversity on both sides of the ball. Um, and that makes me proud because that's something you can build off of. We'll correct the mistakes. The football will work on that, but you need some of that. You need that adversity, seeing that overcome, building confidence, things like that. And it was a great drive at the end.
David, Mike back out at right tackle today. Just when did you guys kind of decide that was going to be the case, and what was your reaction to it when you saw that out of practice?
Yeah, I'm not sure when we decided it. When I start sitting in those meetings, I'll let you know. But I think Mike's a great football player. Obviously, I don't think in his 4 years here he's played one position. I mean, his rookie year he's playing jumbo tight end, then he's playing right tackle. Then second year he was playing left guard, then back out to right tackle. This year right guard, right tackle. I mean, so he has a lot of versatility. He can help our football team, and appreciate him being out there.
Dave, two-part question. Last couple of weeks, you've been first one out of the locker room having to face the music after some bad losses. How good does it feel for you personally? How good does it feel for your quarterback, who's been under fire, publicly, and just having him? I think he was 25 of 29 in this game, but having that marquee comeback drive, and how did that settle things down for you guys up front?
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good to, going home and having a beer, sitting outside is going to feel real good. And you play to win the games, and I've had a lot of success in my career, and I think you try not to take for granted winning football games in the NFL. It's a hard thing. I thought Mac did a great job today. Making the right decisions all day. And then obviously big drive at the end. Playing his best football when it mattered, and that's what we need.
Just a couple more questions. Marquee on the right.
David, over here.
Yeah.
In that final drive, last couple of huddles, what was Mac's message, and what was he like in those moments?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think like I said, we practice a lot of 2 minutes. I don't think we've ever had close to 2 minutes with timeouts in practice, so that felt nice. But I think we all knew kind of the situation. Knew we just need to get in a drive, right? That's the biggest thing. You're not going to go 85 whatever yards, 75 yards in one play. Like, get into the drive, get the first down, get it moving. Everybody being dialed in, knowing the situation. We were able to stick some runs in there. We were really to be able to play on our terms. So.
The guy to your right, your teammate.
Yeah.
So you watch the defense play. This guy comes up there time and time again. What's your comment on him?
Yeah, Pep, you're a little bit of a psychopath. I mean, he screams a lot. I don't understand. He's from Jersey. I don't understand half the stuff he says. He's just screaming. I can remember, and last year when Pep came in, we were rehabbing together, coming off injuries, and those are some fun times, out there running with Pep. I don't like running, but he made running pretty fun. I think I beat him a couple times too, so he was hurting a little bit, but Pep's been a great addition to our locker room. He plays the game the right way. I think he plays it tough, plays it physical. Appreciate having a guy like him in our locker room. Thanks, guys.
Raise your hand if you have questions for Jabril.
Thank you. Jabril right over here. Starting the game the last couple times at home, you guys turned the ball over. Today, you guys got the turnover. You're the one who got it started. What did that mean for you and for your team?
It's always good to start fast. You have to have a good start in this league. I try to be the spark plug in any way possible. And, that was a play I recognized on tape. Just had to play the proper technique and catch the ball, man. I was happy I could get the team going a little bit.
Just after the start you guys had to the season, does this feel like an emotional win for you, and what does it mean for you guys?
You know, it's hard to win in this league, you know, and, you know, we work hard, but working hard doesn't guarantee anything. It just gives you a chance. And, you know, we executed when it mattered today. We left a lot of plays out there, but, you know, we made enough plays when it mattered to come away with the win. And, you know, it's always good correcting the tape after a win.
Jabril, where does a little bit of a psychopath rank in terms of compliments you've gotten?
That's actually a good compliment. You know, I think you got to be a little off to play, you know, football anyway, in a good way. You know, I just try to be, you know, as crazy, energetic as I can. And it's not that I'm a, you know, psychopath. I'm just more willing to run into another grown man at full speed than a lot of guys are. So, you know, I think that's really it.
Jabril, you just got a nice compliment from the other side of the ball. I was going to just ask you to do the same thing, flip it over. What did you just think as you watched that final drive
You
from
know, we
Mac
watched
especially?
those guys, you know, take ownership in practice, and you know, they had a great week of preparation. You know, Mac had a great week. You know, the tight ends, the receivers, and you know, it showed tonight. They picked us up. You know, so it felt good watching those guys, and I know they feel good that they can, you know, win the game for us when it mattered. You know, I'm happy for Mac. You know, fought through adversity, came out, had a brilliant game, controlled the ball well, and you know, we're just gonna keep trying to play hard for those guys and, you know, let them operate.
Jabril, when Matthew Judon got hurt, you guys talked about how it would be kind of a collective effort to replace not only on the field but off the field his intensity, his energy. Yep. How do you guys feel that's going a couple games now, and how do you feel your part in that has gone?
That's going well. You know, we got a lot of energetic guys. You know, a lot of guys that, you know, make the locker room lively. Definitely missing Drew right now, but you know, it's always a next man up mentality. We got a lot of capable guys, and you know, they work hard, and they're aligned to execute. So, you know, hopefully we get them back this year. If not, you know, we got guys capable to, you know, keep stepping up and, you know, hopefully keep stacking these wins along.
Final question.
Hi, Jabril. So this is your second year here, but you've been sort of backing up the program when things haven't been going great. Coach hasn't, you know, it's been sort of a negative year. Coach Belichick's taken a lot. Why do you still believe in him? Big win today, 300 for him. What is it about him that you're still basically saying the same thing you said when you got here?
Man, he's probably the best to do it, you know, knowledgeable, 49, 50 years in the NFL. You know, he knows how to win. He coaches the right way. He pushes you. He knows how to push the right buttons to get guys going. And, you know, we're going to continuously play hard for him. You know, we take it very personally when we don't go out there and execute the way that we want to do. And no matter how things go, you're a professional. You got to go out there, play football for the brand, and always align to execute no matter what happens. So we don't really listen to the outside noise. We know we got everything we need in the locker room. It's just about going out there and executing.
Thank you, Jabril. Teacher Twice Jr. Do you have questions for each?
Podium next. These guys are coming to podium still in uniform.
Kara Sullivan on your right.
I would just kind of ask for your emotional feelings at the end of that game, watching it as you guys pulled it out. Just what it was like after what this team has been through at 1-5.
It was great. It was a wonderful feeling watching them drive the ball down. We was all on the sideline, just antsy. Once they crossed the goal line with the pass, we all was just dancing right with them. So we was all excited, and this is one of those wonderful feelings because you put in a lot of hard work during the week.
New England is situational football, playing well in big situations. What did Max show you in terms of his ability to lead you guys in those sorts of situations and to push through in moments where you got to have a drive?
During this game, he showed a lot of poise. During this game, he showed a lot of finish. He always has the passion and the drive, but he executed plays well this game. He did a wonderful job from start to finish.
Dietrich over here. Regarding Mac, I saw on the field he was about to be interviewed by CBS, and there were a number of teammates that went over to him to congratulate him, and you were among those who did that. Considering the quarterback position, how much scrutiny one is under, and generally the narrative surrounding that position for this particular team the last few weeks, how much of a weight was lifted off his shoulders? What did he show you, the way he's responded over the course of the last couple of weeks and with his performance in the clutch today?
This season, we've seen him take on a lot. He's always put the blame on himself. He's always been the one to take ownership of things that weren't even his fault. He still took ownership of, and to see him every day from week one until now in practice, still being the same person, still having that drive, still rallying guys around him. We had a lot of guys back, which helped him out tremendously. Pop came back. Some of our old linemen came back. We had guys who were healthy, ready to ball for him, and it was when pretty much his preparation and the opportunity finally met, and he had a tremendous game.
Dietrich over here. Coach seemed to be in a very good mood yesterday at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Usually, when I get that feeling, it's like he feels you had a good week of preparation and you guys were ready to compete today. And obviously, on the field, we saw the results. Is that kind of your takeaway from it as well?
Yeah, we had, like the guys before said, we had a very great week of practice. We had confidence. We still had the confidence, but it was a very confident week of preparation. We knew what we was going into, and we all knew that we was gonna win this game.
Any other questions? Teachers, thank you very much.
Yep.
Dr. Overdeer?
Of course.
Ramondre, we see that big smile on your face, and I just want to start out by asking what it's like to get this win here at home.
It's great being in front of our home crowd. We've been disappointed, a lot this season. So just to come out here, play, a good football game and get a W at home is big.
Ramondre, what was the feeling in the huddle and in the locker room afterwards, being able to turn things around and come through with that game-winning drive, particularly with Mac leading the way?
It's great. Mac's our leader. He did a great job just keeping everybody poised and ready to, go get some points on that drive and, win the game like we did. So, yeah, I feel like everybody was just poised for, a great drive and get some points on the board.
Ramondre, you guys have been shuffling a lot of bodies up front with the offensive line. How good was it to get Strange back on the left, kick Big Mike out to the right to give you guys some continuity, get the running game going, and then talk about the swing play to you at the end of the game? Is that you got called for a guy downfield? Is that the play call straight to you and that's it?
Yeah, the O-line, they played great today. They let me and Zeke get into the defense a little bit, so that's always a good thing. They did great on their double teams, things like that. And, yeah, that last play was just just get the running backs in space. So it was a swing pass to me. I had 3 guys blocking on the edge. They did a great job, covering those guys up, and I tried to make a play.
Any questions for Ramondre? Right here. Sorry, Steve.
Ramondre, just judging by some of the reactions of some of the players that have come up here with where things are at in the season, how much of a relief was it to win today?
Relief. I wouldn't say it's like a relief, but just getting back on track is always a good thing. We've been down a couple losses, so just get back on track at home. Play a tough game, fight to the last whistle. So it's just great getting that W at home.
All right, your teammate fumbles the ball at the end of the game. How do you keep everybody up? How do you keep everybody still believing that you guys can still get the ball back and still drive down the field and score?
Yeah, just having resiliency. KB's a great player. Had a great game today. Just had a mistake at the end, and we all just got behind him and said, we got you. Like, we're gonna do whatever we can to still pull this W out, and I'm glad we did that.
Mike Reese.
Ramondre, what do you think this win means for Mac?
It's the same thing it means for all of us. Just getting back on track, gaining some more confidence. Beating a good Bills team at home. Just builds confidence, and we just got to keep it rolling.
And how would you describe what he was like in the huddle, or with the offense on the last drive?
Just poised. Didn't waver at all. Got the play calls in. Made the right reads, and was just a leader.
Thank you, Ramondre.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, how about it? This is National Tight Ends Day, so why not have the hero of the game come on up to the podium? Can I say this next time? No. I do. I really want to say it. I do. Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys.
I just want you to know, this guy right here, Mike Reese from ESPN,
Yeah.
he picked you out in our pregame show to be the hero of the game.
Hey.
So he did. In our pregame
Hey,
show,
Mike, I
Mike
appreciate
Reese
it.
picked you out and said you would deliver today.
I appreciate it. I don't know if I would call myself a hero, but I did make the last play, but I do appreciate it.
All right, now that I'm incredibly embarrassed, Mike,
No,
can you
no,
take
nothing
us?
to be embarrassed
Can you
of.
take us to the last play and just what unfolded?
Yeah, I mean, we were in 2 minute the whole way down, so I was just kind of on the sideline, just watching everybody make plays, and it was awesome to watch our offense do that. And then once the ball's on the 1 yard line, and Coach O'Brien called that specific personnel to get me on the field, I kind of had a feeling that he was putting me out there for a reason, and I was gonna have a chance to make a play to ultimately win the game. So when I was standing on the sideline that whole 2 minute drive, I was just telling myself, just stay ready, stay ready, stay ready, and ultimately. That was the play call, and had a chance to go up and make a play to put us ahead with 15 whatever seconds left, and it was a lot of fun.
And we've talked about just your connection with Mac, even from when you first agreed to come here.
Yeah.
How significant do you think this just was for him, seeing what he's been going through over the course of the year?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of the talk and stuff that happens with him is fair. Honestly, I think he's done an unbelievable job kind of blocking all that out, and I think he's done an unbelievable job internally leading us throughout all that adversity. And today, back against the wall, and you hear all the talk about us with a chance to win the game and we can't close and all that kind of stuff. And today, we had a chance, and he stood in there and delivered play after play after play, and ultimately, we won the game off of several great plays, but ultimately off of a great ball by him. So really happy for him, and just excited for this to ultimately propel us forward.
I don't know if it's too soon right after the game, but some of the plays in particular from Mac on that final drive, I'm not sure, like the completion to Hunter Henry over the middle. Were you on the sideline for that
Yeah,
play?
I was watching.
So what would you tell me about what he did well and how hard a throw that is to make a play like that, if that's sort of indicative of the kind of day he had?
Yeah, absolutely. He just did a great job in crunch time when, in the biggest moments of the game when our best was needed, he delivered. It was that play. It was several plays throughout that drive. It was bouncing back from a turnover, the series before that. And it's so easy to get in that situation after all the adversity that we've been through this season to just be like, oh man, here we go again. But instead of that, it was like, all right, let's go win this thing. So that was cool. It was cool for me to see. It was cool for me to be a part of, and it was cool, for him and this offense to experience that. Because for this season, a lot of chatter has been that the offense has been the weak link, and I mean, we had a chance to deliver today, and we did.
Hey, so given just how the offense has struggled recently, obviously, how big was it for you guys to get off to as fast a start as you did?
Huge, awesome. It was great for that first series. a couple explosive plays, just staying ahead of the sticks, no negative plays, and ultimately got down there, kicked a field goal, came back, first play, Pep got an interception, got us back on the field, scored a touchdown, turned a turnover into points for us. So it was awesome. It was great, and it was, what we've been talking about doing, and finally went out there and did it.
A certain amount of satisfaction just finally kind of getting it done after, just the struggles and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. But this is just one game and one step, and that's a really good football team over there. So to be able to, come away with a win against Buffalo, I've been playing against them for my 6th year now. I played them when I was with my former team, and that is a really good football team. And for the last couple of years, they've really run this division. So that's a really good football team. That's a tough game, and really happy to be able to come out with a win.
Your teammate Pharaoh Brown seems like every time he touches the ball, something big happens. How has it been seeing him come along?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, I think he's got 5 catches for feels like 1,000 yards. Feels like every time he touches the ball, like you said, there's space and he's making plays. So happy for him. And I think the thing that the reason a lot of this stuff is happening is because he goes in there and he blocks. He blocks his tail off. So when he's in there, maybe not getting the attention that some of the other guys are in terms of in the coverage. So because of his abilities as a blocker, it's opening up a lot of stuff for him in the pass game.
Hey, Mike, I have to ask, it's National Tight Ends Day.
Yeah.
So do you have a comment about getting the game-winning touchdown on the holiday?
Yeah, I got in the huddle and I was like, Mac, it's National Tight Ends Day, throw me the ball. And he was like, all right, cool. So, no, that actually didn't happen, but I do appreciate him throwing me the ball. Yeah, obviously, this kind of, holiday that's been brought up by Kittle and, everybody kind of loves it and celebrates it. So it was cool. It was cool to be able to go out there and, make that play and then do the world's fastest and probably most embarrassing gritty. So that was fun. I can't wait to see a replay of that and see all the mentions of me on my Instagram of me getting just absolutely harassed by fans. What's that? Yeah, I kept the ball. Honestly, I've been doing that, let alone, game winner and all that. I always keep all the balls I score and I hang them up in my house. So, yeah, so it's another one to the wall.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, guys.
Mac, after you guys had such a tough start to the season, just how good does this feel and what does it do for a locker room to get a win over this Bills team today?
Yeah, I think just keep fighting and, it's just a crumb, right? That's what I always say, and you got to build off that. You got to build off that and attack every day the same, and it's all about playing for each other, playing for the guy next to you and understanding why. So we did that today, and we need to continue to do that, every day in practice and in the games.
Mac, I was talking to Godshaw in the locker room, and he said he came up to you before the drive and told you to be like Mike and Kobe.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask what your interaction was like there.
Yeah, DG. Ever since I've gotten here, he's been one of my close buddies, and he keeps it loose. He's funny. He makes plays out there, and I know he has confidence in me, and that means a lot to me. As a younger player, compared to him, who's been in the league for a little bit, and he's done a great job, and I want to continue to do that and make people believe.
Mac, after the last 3 weeks, how were you able to stay confident and stay composed, and what would you attribute to just being able to bounce back here?
Yeah, I think just sticking to the process, like I talk about, it's hard when the results aren't there, but continue to do that, continue to get better. I feel like definitely we left some stuff out there as always, but at the end of the day, we fought back, and the offensive line especially just gave me the time that I needed today. And, when I have time, I can do and read the offense how we're supposed to, and I really appreciate those guys.
Mac, if I just put you on the spot, what's the first play you remember from today's game? What's the one that's going to stick with you?
I don't really look at a certain play, honestly. I think for me, it's all about the team, right? So you think about, whether it was a good punt that Bryce had to put him down there or whatever, and that's something that I always look at. Special teams, defense, interception early, that's amazing, right? We start the game like that. it brings the energy, all that stuff. And then really just the offensive line's play today was what really stood out to me. They made everything work, run game, passing game, and I had a couple plays where I dropped my eyes, and that's not on them, that's on me. So I definitely think about some of the things I could do better versus some of the things that we did.
Mac, when you were asked about Devon, you said something about you want to make people believe.
Yeah.
How much did that last drive maybe help in terms of your belief in yourself?
Well, I always believe in myself. I have a lot of confidence in myself, and I'm not going to sit up here and say it every time, but I do believe in myself, and I do that through work and all that stuff. And that's why football is the greatest team sport. It's the quarterback. You go as your quarterback goes. So for me, just continuing to be the same guy every day and just be Mac.
How far do you think that drive can help maybe in terms of garnering more belief from your teammates?
Yeah, I think just continue to do it. Like I said, it's just a crumb, and just keep picking up those crumbs, and eventually you have a whole loaf of bread. So that's my goal. Just continue to work, continue to be Mac, like I said, and it's just one game, right? I always say that, regardless of the result. So gotta do it again. Gotta fight every day and practice hard.
Yeah, Mac. So you talked about being Mac, and I know a couple weeks ago you mentioned you want to have fun, you want to be animated, and I noticed there were times where you let people know when things weren't going right. Was there something that really changed, or do you feel like you just kind of hit your stride a little bit in the past couple weeks?
Yeah, Taylor, I think biggest thing is always being me, through the ups and downs, and a lot of times people will look at you when you're maybe not all the way up, right? You're kind of not doing too good or whatever, and they want to see how you respond. So that's what I focus on, is the response and the process every day. Stick to my process, adjust my process, and then try and carry that onto the field. So regardless of everything around you, when you stick to the process, it usually turns out good eventually.
I think it had been about 2 years since your last fourth quarter comeback or game-winning drive. What felt different in those last 2 minutes this time than it had in games past when you didn't come up with the game-winning drive?
Yeah, I think when you look at all of them, I've looked at all of them a lot. There's a lot of things that go on around, and I have to continue to focus on my job and continuing to read the plays out how I'm supposed to, and just lower my pulse and go out there and execute. I think that's what I told the guys in the huddle. Just take a deep breath and let's go do it, right? Half of it's just belief, and then the other half is execution. So got to continue to grow on that. And I think when you look at the other ones, when you look back, it's hard, right? Because you wish you had more. But I'm gonna look at the positive and grow on this and do it every time I get it. Thanks.
A good win for us today. A good team victory. Had a lot of contributions from all three units: offense, defense, special teams. There's a lot of good football. Obviously, Buffalo's a very good team, quality team, very explosive. So, came down to the last handful of plays, and fortunately this week we were able to make them. So, good, good day today. Still got a lot of work to do, things we can do better, but it's good to have those results. So.
Bill, after Mac hit Ramondre and Ramondre got down to the 7, you called your last time out. So you had first and goal at the 7, and Mac hit Pop at the 1-yard line. He did not get out of bounds, but you had the pass interference call, which stopped the clock. In retrospect, the way things went, how did that pass interference call just change the complexion of the end of the game?
Yeah, well, it is what it is. Kind of the same thing happened at the other end, the penalties. Look, there were flags, there were no flags. They picked them up, they threw them late. I don't know. But, yeah, if there's defensive penalty, it stops the clock. That's what it is. So, when you're on defense in those situations, penalties are never a good thing. And, we had them, they had them. Helps the offense.
Hi, Bill. What did you see from Mac Jones today, especially on that last 2-minute drive?
Well, I mean, it's, got a good offensive drive. A good, good run there by Ramondre, and, got up a lot of, covered a lot of field, but, Mac made a good check on the blitz, got it to the weak side to Parker, and, hit pop down there, good throw for the touchdown. So, there's, a lot of good football, pass protection. I mean, they were rushing, they were blitzing. So we picked them up, we threw it, we caught it. It was good execution.
Coach, you got players making plays on both sides of the ball. Guys stepping up big time. But Peppers, he seems to come through for you week in and week out. How big is Jabril?
Yeah, Pep's had a good year. Very explosive player, hard tackler, a big play in the interception. That was a nice, we got hit on that play against them last year, and worked on it in practice, and he played it well. Did a nice job, go up high, point the ball. We worked a lot on, Allen throwing the ball down the field. He had that one in the end zone. Seemed like threw it about 70 yards. I don't know how far it was, but it was JC broke it up down there. So it's kind of 50-50 deep balls. Are tough. He's got a big arm, and he got good receivers. So, but yeah, Pep's been good for us, and he's helped us in the kicking game as well. And you mentioned offense and defense, but I thought we had, I thought Chad, it was a big kick there, a 49-yarder, and punt return, gave us good field position there in the first quarter. Covered kicks, obviously, a lot better than we did the last time we played them. So, and punts, thought, Bryce had a, big field position swing there. So, all the units contributed, and it's good to have that.
Thanks. Bill, first few games here at home this year, you guys started slowly. You were playing from behind, turnovers, that sort of thing. Today, you had the lead, 10-0. You obviously had the turnover. What was the difference for your team here today?
Yeah, well, we played well today, so there's still room for improvement. But yeah, we'll see how it goes next time we play at home. I don't know.
Bill, what factored into the decision to put Mike Nwenu at right tackle today, and is the plan to keep him there going forward?
Yeah, we'll see. I'll talk to Mike about it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Crease in the back.
Bill, what is your reaction to becoming the third head coach with 300 wins behind Don Shula and George Hellis?
It's great. I'm really more focused on, our team and this year, and worry about that later. Thank you.
Bill, I'm wondering how much a drive like the last drive today for your offense can help generate confidence in Mac moving forward for everybody, players, coaches, staff.
Yeah, I don't know.
How about for you then individually? How much more confidence might you have in somebody when you see them
I
execute
have confidence in all our
critical
players.
situations?
That's why we put them out there. If I didn't have confidence, I wouldn't put them out there. So.
On the other side, Pop had a lot more production today. Just what did you see from him after coming back from that concussion?
Yeah, Pop's quick. He got some separation on a few reps, made a couple tough catches. The seam pass was a good catch. He got held on the play action, the over route on the first drive, I think it was. Short yardage play. So, yeah, the big thing for all of us is just obviously offensively ball security from every person on the team. So, quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, tight ends, everybody who handles the ball. If we can just take care of the ball, that'll help us a lot. And so that's the number one thing for everybody.
Bill, Matt gave a lot of credit to the offensive line today, just overall as a group. I'm just curious your thoughts about the blocking up front, 2 tight end sets, the change with Nwenu. Just curious your thoughts on the overall performance up front today.
Well, I think it was one of our most consistent offensive performances of the year. We had a couple long drives last week. Today, I don't know, we punt a couple times. It wasn't very many, which was good. It's always a good thing. Whatever, 10 punts against New Orleans or whatever it was. So. Yeah, so we moved the ball. We scored points. We changed field position. Again, that's not one person. One person can't do it. You have to have 11 guys working together. And, Billy did a good job all week with the game plan. Team went in there and played, with good competitive level, better fundamentals, and better execution. So it's a good place to start.
Thanks. Hi. There's been a lot of discussion as of late about your contract extension. Is there anything you'd like to share with Patriots fans about where that
I never
stands?
talk about my contract. focus on the game, try to focus on Buffalo. Now we'll focus on Miami. Yeah, count on that. Thanks, so. Could you like lob a softball out there for me or something? I just like, I hit a single. Like, I don't need to hit out of the park. But just kind of like, you softball me one?
How angry were you to have to call timeout on the field goal? So you have enough guys in?
Yeah, that was that could have been costly. Obviously, that was a mistake, on our part. And I'd say, normally, probably just think about taking the delay penalty and kick it. But the way the wind was today, those kicks were hard. I mean, I know it's from the 15-yard line, but you back it up now, it's a lot tougher kick. So we blew a timeout on it. But thank you for reminding that. Appreciate that. Bad coaching, bad management, but. Yeah, normally that would kind of be a timeout thing, but based on the way it was, that was a good kick Chad made, a 49-yarder, and then, you saw what happened on Bass's field goal. I mean, it looked like, one of my 5-irons, but straight to the right. But, it's a tough wind out there today. So, but yeah, we decided to take the delay and try to, make it a little bit shorter kick.
Hey, Coach. Just on Pop Douglas again for a second. His skill set, how does that kind of open up things for the other skilled position guys? You obviously set him in motion a lot. He's a guy you have to watch out for. Does that open up opportunities for other receivers, the running game, when you have somebody that has to be accounted for like that?
I mean, I don't know. Hopefully they account for everybody. I mean, got to account for Bourne, Hunter Henry, Gesicki, Parker, Stevenson. I mean, I don't know. You'd have to ask Buffalo about that. I don't know. Hopefully they're accounting for everybody. If not, we should be getting the ball.
Bill, can you talk about the final drive and what you saw and the final touchdown in particular, what you liked about it?
Well, the way Buffalo plays down there, it's really hard to throw the ball on the goal line. They do a real good job of taking the goal line away. You've kind of got to throw behind them into the back of the end zone, with a flag or some type of play, in the back end line type of thing, because they're on the goal line. They're really aggressive, and they, it's just hard to stuff the ball in there. So, it was a good throw, good high throw against that coverage is kind of what you need to do when they play it like that. Now there's some plays where they drop back and play a little bit of cover 2 down there, but they play aggressively, and it's hard to get open and hard to find space, and sometimes the space is behind the defense on the goal line instead of right on the goal line. So, okay, all right, thank you.